U.S. Drought Monitor, October 30th, 2025. For all 50 U.S. states and Puerto Rico, the U.S. Drought Monitor showed 36.55% of the area in moderate drought or worse, compared with 38.62% last week. About 140.8 million people live in areas now in drought, compared with 149.3 million the week before. Heavy precipitation of over 3 inches was observed last week over many of the higher elevations and coastal areas in Northern California to the Canadian border. Between 5 and 10 inches of precipitation fell on a few areas in the coastal and higher elevations of Washington and Oregon. Farther east, similar amounts doused parts of Oklahoma, Texas, Mississippi, and Florida. Precipitation of 1 to 3 or more inches was reported across the rest of the Pacific Northwest, parts of the northern Intermountain West, the northern Great Plains, central and western Michigan, a few patches across New England, and many areas from the central Carolinas to the central Great Plains. Other areas that saw rain this week include much of northern and central Texas, the southern lower Mississippi Valley, and a few patches across northwestern and central Florida. Other locations across the lower 48 received only a few tenths of an inch at best. This resulted in significant areas of improvement in the Pacific Northwest, northern Intermountain West, the southern Great Plains, interior Deep South, the Ohio Valley, eastern Great Lakes, the Carolinas, southern Appalachians, and a few patches in New England. Meanwhile, dryness and drought conditions deteriorated in a few parts of the central and northern High Plains, as well as the Texas Panhandle, coastal Texas, southern Alabama and Georgia, and small areas in the mid-Atlantic, plus the Northeast from New York to coastal Maine. Drought also worsened on parts of Maui and the Big Island of Hawaii. The U.S. Drought Monitor is produced each Thursday through a partnership between the National Drought Mitigation Center at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Visit droughtmonitor.unl.edu for more. NDMC helps people everywhere reduce vulnerability to drought. Learn more about our work at drought.unl.edu.